What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How is everybody doing out there in fish tank land? I'm super, super, super late. Someone's trying to call me right now. Someone's trying to call me right now, and I'm not going to answer it because it's either my father or Amber trying to call me. But I should be live now. My phone's ringing in the other room, but I believe everybody can hear me now and can see me now. I took a little nap. I'm sorry. I went on a little adventure today to go collect some stuff, to go find some fish, which you guys will find out about tomorrow. But I took a little bit of a nap, and I guess I totally didn't set an alarm. I didn't figure I was going to pass out for 2 or 3 hours, but I took a nice, awesome 2 hour nap, I guess. Wow. I'm kind of refreshed. I'm pretty refreshed. I don't know who just tried to call me. It was either my dad or it was my dad just tried to call me. And I'm like, why is my dad trying to call me right now? And I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock my time anyways, because I'm way ahead of you guys. Audio, video, good. Audio, video is good. That's good to know. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Deanna Somerville, it's good to see you in here. Very, very good to see you here. I have something special here. Where is it? I just had it out. I had it put it away somewhere in a special spot. It's around here somewhere. But I have something for you. But we need to freaking find it. I was gonna do it today, but today I ended up going up into went to a house, to a villa where I have some fish there. But Deanna, you know what I don't want to give too much away, but you know exactly probably what I'm talking about. Let's see. My dad is here. Papa Harden is in the house. Welcome to the chat. Let's see what we got. We've all tried to call you. I'm pretty sure everybody's tried to call me. Awesome. And I really want a cup of tea because, so I went on a little adventure. I got finished, and I had lunch. And I had a little bit of lunch, and then I came back to the house, and I threw all my stuff down, took care of the fish, salted them, and then I laid down for a quick second. And I just thought that was nothing. I thought that was going to be it. What is up, Amber? How are you? Good to see you here. Welcome to the chat. Zen Ginger, everybody up in the chat. It's good to see everybody here. Now, I want to check out, I want to make sure that I'm in live chat. And today, I pretty much just want to hang out with you guys and just chat. I don't have anything else to talk about today except we have two things to remember here. Y'all remind me that I have water in the other room because I'm making tea because I was like rushing. I'm like, oh, I always have to have a cup of tea. I want something hot to drink, something here soothing when I'm on the stream. So I got to remember to go in the other room and get my tea. But besides that, memberships is now available. It's something new. I didn't, I thought, I'm like, am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? Because I've already got Patreon. I got enough things going on, I feel like sometimes. But it seems like it's the right thing to do. Everybody's got their YouTube memberships. I know YouTube's probably going to take like 30% out of it or something like that. But with everything going on and trying to make my way to the States and trying to move everything, things, it all makes sense. It's like, it helps. And if I'm going to be funded by anybody, if I'm going to have any kind of a sponsor, and I've thought about it a few times because I realize that having you guys as, as my Patreons and things like that and super chats, just like right there, oh, is this my first member? Zen Ginger is my first member, a silver level member. Thank you so much, Ginger. I appreciate that. But I don't know. I just feel like if I'm going to be sponsored by anybody, I want to be sponsored by you guys or be sponsored by myself because I look at it as kind of like public television rather than anything else. I look at it as, I'm trying to just share my experiences with you guys, my experiences in the hobby, my experiences breeding fish and building out a fish room and doing this as a lifelong hobby and as a business. And I feel like, if there's anybody that's going to support me, I want it to be you guys, the ones that are actually watching the content. It makes the most sense at all. So, if I'm gonna, and I've made little pointing comments of like, I don't want to be sponsored by somebody or some company, Fluval, this or that, because I feel like I'm still working for somebody. If I'm gonna be working for anybody, I want to be working for you guys, and that's the freaking truth of it. And I mean that. I mean, That makes sense to me. Mike Howe, thank you so much. We have a silver level membership there from Mike Howe. Thank you so much. Ginger Graves, thank you as well. And then, oh, because it came in really crazy blue. I can't read it against the green. It's crazy. It looks like William Jansen. Why does it look so crazy? Because of the blue on the green for some reason. William Jansen, thank you again for the bronze level membership. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. Thank you guys all for hanging out for a little bit while I was running late. I don't really ever do that. Either I just I don't stream or not. I totally, completely fell asleep, and I'm sure there's water boiling in the other room. Oh, let me grab that. I can't help it. 1 second. That's all I need. As long as I got my tea here. I got my tea. I got my creamer. And I got a teaspoon. And I'm ready to go. And besides that, it's just me and you guys in the chat and everybody else. Thank you, Dad, for trying to call me. I really do appreciate that. And I'm sure that was Amber after that trying to call me as well. I texted you congratulations this morning and telling you an invisible over here. I saw that you said the congratulations and thank you so very much. I wasn't making a big deal about it today. I'm happy about it, but I've been able to receive my memberships for probably about 2 weeks now. I just was thinking, I was trying to decide whether or not I actually do it or not. That was really what it came down to. I don't know. I'm not all about just following. Yeah, Deanna Somerville, you can't donate from the Virgin Islands. You can't do super chats. It's and that's proof right there, Deanna. Or that's proof to all of you guys out there. You guys see me in other chats and stuff, and I don't contribute in super chats to other people like I would like to. And the honest reason is there's this weird quirky thing is if I've never touched my computer in a 24-hour period, my desktop computer, and I only go to my phone mobily for the whole day. And if I go look at a live stream, I can send a super chat. But if I've touched my computer anytime, my desktop computer, anytime in that 48-hour period or 24-hour period, and then I go to my mobile and I try to send a super chat during a live stream, it says I cannot send super chats from this region. So I'm sure that's what Deanna Somerville is coming up against right there. She can't send me anything, and because she's from here too. She's here on the island, and it's a bummer though, because I get into people's chats and I'm like, I want to send a super chat. I'm just feeling like it, and I can't, and it's such a bummer because I think people think I don't know what people might think, but it's not my fault. There's so many times when I want to send. I just can't wait till I get back to the States because I'm sure that once I'm in that time zone, it's not going to mess up me like that, and I think it's a time zone thing more than anything. Is how it's determining my location. So once I'm back in the States and I'm set up right there, I'm sure I'll be able to super chat like crazy and get involved in chat like I'd like to be. Mr. Zen, good to see you here as well. I appreciate that. I've seen you around lately. I appreciate you donating and being a member there. I appreciate the silver level membership. Now I got to step up to the plate and I got to start creating some content for these silver for all my memberships. For all of them. I was like, wait a minute. I'm making more trouble for myself, right? So I was starting to wonder. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's see here. But yeah, memberships, I just figured it might be the right thing to do. It's about time everybody else is doing it. Anyways, 57 people hanging out here. So awesome to see everybody hanging out in the chat. Oh, I had an awesome little adventure today. I got to spend the rest of the night. That's probably part of the reason why I was like, you know what? I'm going to lay my head down for about an hour. And I thought an hour would be it. I didn't realize I was going to be out for like 2 hours straight. But after I get off of this stream, I got to grind. I've got content, I've not finished editing. But I got a video coming out for you guys tomorrow, which is super awesome. Yes, I'm killing the Coffee Mate Coffee Creamer. But so I don't know if you guys saw the videos recently. You saw that Lucas was here last weekend, which was an awesome weekend. I've mentioned it a little bit in my live stream last Sunday, but we had a pretty exhausting weekend. We went all over the place. You got a rental car, so we took full advantage of that rental car. So there was a couple, there was one night there where we had the car, and it was like, there's no way I can show him all of the cool beaches on the North Shore unless we do all of these cool beaches on the North Shore, like all night long. Like it's gonna take us all night. Like you only have 2 days with me, Lucas. Like we gotta hustle here, you know. So that's how it ended up being. So the last night with that rental car, we pretty much just stayed up all night, and there was a full moon, so we didn't even need flashlights. So we just made our way along the North Shore, and I pretty much went beach hopping under the full moon in the middle of the night with Lucas. It's a very romantic experience. We had a nice one-on-one there. It was good times, that's for sure. Oh, oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Amber, thank you so much again for the tea. I'm drinking the Assam black tea. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, just soothes my soul. Candy Overhauls, welcome to the chat. Good to see you here. I really appreciate you hanging out. I thank you so much for throwing out the links. I appreciate all of your work and all your hard work. I'd love to get my way to Colorado and come see you. I want to come see Colorado myself. I was born there in Colorado Springs, so I've been wanting to do a road trip for so long into Colorado. It's just gonna make me cry. I need to see Colorado. I need to see Salida. There's a lot of cool little spots in the state of Colorado that I need to catch up on. The Garden of the Gods, stuff that places I haven't been since I was a little kid. So I look forward on doing a cool little road trip like that with Amber someday soon, and I'm gonna come by. I'm gonna come knocking at your door, Candy. Come by and say hi. I want to come see Priscilla as well, and stuff like that. So I look forward to eventually. I know within the next year, there should be a road trip to Colorado. Me and Amber are gonna come. Amber and I are gonna come show up, come knocking at the door. Let's see here. Once again, I'm just chilling out and enjoying the chat. I want to thank everyone, all five. What do we have? 5 or 6. My first and new official memberships to the JH Aquatics YouTube channel. Thank you to YouTube for coming up with this. Of course, they're going to eat a big 30% of this. That's just what they do. But it's awesome to just have another source of revenue, another revenue stream in order to kind of create all this, to make this all happen, you know. To make it all happen. To make it all happen. I just can't wait to be back up in the States and to be able to hang out, to be able to come to some of these events and stuff more easily. We have Corvus Oscar. What's up, Joel? Good to see you here. I made it about 15 minutes late. I slept in for my own live stream today. I was really good. I really know how to do it, you know. I know how to get it done right. So I totally just took a little nap. Had a nice late lunch and took a little nap and decided to be 15 minutes late. Awesome. Good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I need to get to Colorado. I can't wait to get back up in the States so I can do some of these events more easily. Well, I don't know about you guys. I look forward to being at the Big Fish deal. I don't know for sure if I'm going to be there. I don't want to say yes, I'm going to be there, but I'm pretty darn sure I'm going to be there. I look forward to, I'd like to enter some fish into the auction. I'm not going to get into which fish those are. You guys can guess and ponder and wonder all you want. But I'd like to bring some of those fish, obviously that's not why I want to show up, but they're going to have a rare fish auction, and I would like to enter into that auction. On top of that, there's going to be a really cool aquascaping contest, and I would like to be in that aquascaping contest as well. And besides that, there's just going to be a lot of awesome fish nerds there. There's going to be some really cool content creators making their way there as well for this event. It's going to be interesting. I just look forward to being part of it. I want to help support it. Anything fishy, I want to support. Anything positive and fishy, I'm on board with. So I definitely want to be there for that. So I'm going to do everything I can to try to make it there. Things like my memberships and my Patreon all my super chats and stuff like that. They're gonna help me to get there, to pay for these plane tickets. Oh boy, that, and I just need to get my way up to Vermont so that I can start helping Amber. I gotta get just you guys obviously know there's gonna be a couple of trips for me up to Vermont before I actually completely move there. I want to help Amber with some painting and fixing some things up. She's doing a lot of that on her own right now, and I do realize that, and I appreciate all of her hard work. She's kicking butt up there in Vermont, painting up that fish room in the basement and getting the quarantine rooms ready and getting the office spaces ready and stuff like that. Know that though, Amber is doing a lot of work up there right now, and I love her for all of her passion, all of her hard work. It's awesome. I cannot wait to be a lot closer to her. That's for sure. And you guys know that. A lot of you guys know that. Dan Slee, good to see you up in here. It's good to see everybody up in the chat. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be blowing anybody off up in the chat. Ron from Friday's Fish Fact, good to see you up in here. Jesse, how are you? Daryl Deemer, what's up, man? Maybe you'll be able to make it to the big fish deal. I don't know. That'll be cool. It'd be interesting. This aquascaping contest. I went online to see if I could register for it. And it looks like there's only going to be 10 tanks. Is it 10 tanks in this aquascaping contest? That's what it looked like from the website. It looks like there's 10 entries. I don't know if I misread that and it was small print, like 10 entries per person. I think it was 10 entries total for this aquascaping contest for the big fish deal. Someone could totally correct me in chat on that if I'm wrong. So I don't know if I'm even I'm sure that by now all of those spots have been taken. I'm pretty sure of that. I could be wrong, but I would love to get in on that aquascaping contest if possible. Frank White, how are you? Good to see you up in the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is so good. Corvus, if he's still up in the chat, I wanted to say I really enjoyed your video you just put out today. Was it today? Was it this morning? The aquascape, was it the 210 you got there? Playing with the aquascape there. I've been having fun. As some of you guys have seen the video I just put out on this 29-gallon bow face tank. I just rescaped it, and I've got like 21 plus different species of plants in there. The whole background is a bunch of awesome. I think I have about five different species of stem plants in the background, and I just can't wait for those to grow out in this tank. And it's gonna be I'm calling it more of like a natural Dutch style tank. So it's got that Dutch style feel, but I wanted it to look a little bit more like a natural biotope, even though the plants in the tank probably come from like 4 different places in the world, 4 different continents. But it's gonna look cool though, that's for sure. Let's see here. Just want to keep an eye on the chat. I've got all live chat going, everything going on here. I do want to say thank you again to my dad for sending me a phone call trying to wake me up. That's really cool. I appreciate that, especially for like my YouTube stream. Like I get it for my dad to call me on a holiday or this or that or trying to touch base with me, but I really appreciate you, Dad, like just to call me for like my own goofy, YouTube stuff, to call me and say, hey, you're supposed to be streaming right now, aren't you? I really appreciate that. And I'm sure the second phone call, if it wasn't from my father, it was from Amber. So thank you as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, football. I knew that I'd be like streaming over Sunday over football today, but whatever. It is my stream time, so there you go. I'm not an American football or American sport fan, to be completely. I've lived in other countries for so much of my childhood that I just don't have I like soccer because I grew up around soccer when I was a kid in Mexico, but soccer, yeah, has a special place in my heart. And hockey's interesting. I really enjoy hockey. And there's this weird place in my heart for golf. I don't know why. I don't know. Don't ask me. But there's something about golf. There's something about the art and the sport of golfing, to hit a ball with a stick hundreds of yards, down through land, to drop it into a little hole. Like, there's something interesting about that. Just like if you were to look back at it, it's like, oh my god, this is boring. Yeah, it might be boring to watch, but the concept is like, these guys are going really hardcore for this little white ball, you know what I mean? Like, that's some serious stuff. they're putting on some special shoes and they're walking for that little white ball. Oh, at least they used to be walking for it. Anyways, off on that rant. So yeah, I don't watch a bunch of American sports. Unfortunately, I'm just not into it. I never really grew up around it, so I don't have like this thing for it. I'll get into it. I'll sit there and watch a little bit of a football game. I get the rules. I can get the game. I could be like, oh, that was an intense, play. But that's about it. It's about as far as I go. Superhero dad cap today. I'm wearing the superhero dad cap today. It was funny. Lucas was here, and I have a few. I've gotten a few coffee cups from some of other content creators, and one of them was from Joel. It was the Corvus makes me poop cup, right? And I had that in the kitchen. I had that coffee cup. I've got like Multi-Tank Addictions coffee cup too. I got a few people's coffee cups because that's something I enjoy. I enjoy my coffee. So it makes sense. I've got the mic. I'm working out of my Aquarium box coffee cup right now. Right now. It was funny though because Lucas was here. He kind of slumber partied. We had a little sleepover, dude. He slept on a popped out little inflatable, not inflatable, a cot, like a framed cot that I have. It folds up like a Coleman brand cot, and I had it right out here in the living room. And he slept right here amongst the fish. Very simple. We didn't sleep that much, so there wasn't much of that. But when we did sleep, that's where he slept. Anyways. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Yeah, Jesse, man, you got to get Lucas to come visit you, man. He's ready. Just have him ready with a 10-gallon aquarium. You guys need to go do some little hiking, go on a little excursion, a little adventure out into the middle of nowhere. Go take him to go find some wild guppies there in Hawaii. I think that would be cool. I'm gonna hint on him to come your way, but you should grab onto that one. That would be a fun one to do. I'd like to see you guys going out together and do a little escape. You and Lucas together in Hawaii. Believe it. I mean, talk to him. I mean, I'm sure he'd be interested. Great excuse to go to Hawaii, right? Oh darn, honey, I gotta go to Hawaii to go film this video. Oh boy. Right, Dansley. Yeah, he was comfortable. He didn't have any issues. This is like his garage. My apartment's like Lucas Brett's garage. It was fun though to be out in the middle of nowhere, like running around barefoot, just being like kids, like we, just running around playing in the creek. That's really how I felt hanging out with Lucas last weekend. We were just goofing around, we were filming, and of course, it's like I talk a lot, so there was a couple of moments where Lucas is like, I'm trying to film. Like, like, just hush it for a second. I'm trying to film. And I'm like, oh, that's right. We're not just having fun. We're trying to make professional YouTube content here. Sorry, Lucas. So, I finally got my gear into place. How's the GoPro, Dad? Oh, no, that's a horrible subject. Oh, man, that's a good point, too. Yeah, I lost the GoPro, you guys. Which really is a bummer because I like to do a lot of underwater footage. I probably should have. I feel like now that it's dead, I'm like, oh, there's all this stuff that I should have done and could have done with it while I had it, and I tried. I killed my GoPro. The underwater housing was damaged and wouldn't seal properly, and I've made a lot of videos with it since the housing has been damaged, and I've managed to seal up the housing properly with the zip ties and have the seal keep, but I must have not I didn't tighten the zip tie tight enough, and through that white plastic seal that creates the watertight seal on the housing, I don't know, this far corner probably is where it happened. Water managed to leak in through that corner. I remember looking at the GoPro while we were out there filming the turtles and stuff, and I looked into the lens of the GoPro and it was all steamy and foggy, and I was like, oh no, that's not okay. Like, that's not normal. There shouldn't be fog inside of my underwater housing. And I look around to the back and I could see condensation forming on the inside of the plastic on the back too, and I was like, oh, you know what, right? I just swam to shore as fast as I could, ripped the thing out of the housing. I literally ripped, I like broke, with my bare hands, I broke that zip tie off of this thing because I was such in a rush to get it out of here, out of the case. So, anyways, busted that zip tie off of there because I didn't have scissors with me. And I got in there, got that out of there, got the battery out of it as quick as I could. Now, what it looks like, I took the whole I watched, a whole bunch of YouTube videos on how to fix circuit boards and how to fix a GoPro that has had salt water damage, because salt water is the worst thing for electronics. So I watched a bunch of videos, and then I took it apart into pieces, and some of the pieces are sitting here on my freaking table. The other circuit boards are in my bag right now because I've been going around to jewelry stores now. Because it turns out the issue is it's actually probably okay. The circuit board right now is okay, but it's shorting out a little bit because there's salt on the circuit board, and it's causing electrolysis and stuff like that. And so the only way to get the salt completely off of a circuit board once that has happened to it is to put it inside of like a not a deionizer. You guys would an ultrasonic cleaner. An ultrasonic cleaner, like you would find, like jewelry stores would use it. They dip the jewelry in ultrasonic cleaner, and it knocks everything off. So that ultrasonic cleaner is going to take all of the salt off of the circuit board and kind of protect it from corroding more in the future as well. So I've got these two circuit boards in my backpack, and I've been like going around trying to get one of the jewelry stores to let me dip my circuit boards in let me dip my circuit boards in their ultrasonic cleaner, because my goal is to try to clean those circuit boards. There's only one little corner of the circuit board that got salt on it, but it definitely got salt on it, and it caused some problems. So my goal is to try to dip them in an ultrasonic cleaner, see if I can clean the circuit boards properly, then put the whole thing back together, power it up, and see if it works. If not, I don't have a GoPro. So no underwater footage from me until I get myself a brand new, whatever it is, $499 GoPro. They're not cheap, man. And that was a GoPro 3 black, GoPro 3 Plus Black Edition, however it goes. It's not here right now. It's in my bag. The parts are in my bag. It was a GoPro. Yeah, there's that. Yeah. GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition is what it was. But that's like old school now, honestly. I really need a new GoPro anyways, right? It's outdated. It's about time I destroyed it. I should have crashed it with a GoPro up there. I should have crashed it on one of my GoPros by now, honestly. I just fly my GoPros pretty good. I've only crashed my GoPro once with the camera on board. Only once. You guys see those drones up there on the ceiling? I built that big one. There's two drones. There's a small racing drone, velcroed and hanging from the bottom of a big drone, and that large drone I built from scratch myself. Actually, I got really big into the drone scene when the drones just got big, like before they were actually big. I was doing it when the nerds were doing it, before the mainstream people were like, oh, drones. You know what I mean? I was doing it before then. And just really getting into it. And then like a year later, all of a sudden, everybody had to have a drone. It was the big thing. And it was like DJI, and everybody was making all these drones. And I was like, wait a minute. This stuff's been going on for a long time. It's been going on. Drones have been around for the last 15 years. It's just not been a big deal. You know, it wasn't a big deal until they came up with these really awesome flight, what do you call them? Like automated flight softwares, you know, that kind of manage all of the telemetry and stuff like that. So that stuff is kind of new, but not drones. Drones are not new. That's what's funny about it. Anyways, I remember, if you guys know, back even before I was born, back in the day, they had that thing that used to be in the back in the papers, those ads that used to be in the back. There was always that ad for that black and white little ad in the back of magazines, like in Mad Magazine and stuff like that, of how to build your own hovercraft. That's what it was. It was three. It was a tricopter. It was three lawnmower engines that you put propellers on them, and you put a platform and a chair on it, and now you've got a hovercraft. And that was like those. That's been around since the '60s. I mean, drones have been around for a long time. Anyways, off on that rant. Never mind. Let's try salt. Dansley is getting all technical up in here. Salt is hydrophilic. Yeah. Juice to distilled water. Then dry it again. Shrug. No, that's true, but there's a lot of stuff. There's still some corrosion and stuff that takes place on the surface of the circuit board, and to really kick off all of that stuff to kind of help stop the corrosion process that you've already started. It's like rust. You've started a rusting process, and it's a living thing. So that's why I'm talking about using that the ultrasonic cleaner, is to get all of any residue of any kind of mineral off of that circuit board completely. I've rinsed it in distilled water. I've rinsed the circuit board in rubbing alcohol as well to break some things down. But I've looked at it under the microscope, and I can still see residues of minerals and stuff under the microscope on the circuit board. A lot of work for a $400 GoPro, and at this point, like, there's one last step of like dipping this stuff, cleaning it one more time, and I'm gonna plug it all together one more time, and if it power it up and it doesn't power up, then I'm just like, it's going in the garbage. It's a GoPro. People kill them every day, and it's just gonna go in the garbage, and eventually I'll get another GoPro. You know, when I can afford a $499 little box, which right now all I have to show for it is the little face plate, which is kind of sad. I got the face plate, and I have the battery. All the circuit boards are in my bag right now. Anyways, let's see what's going on in the chat. Susan from SOC Aquatics, hashtag FishFamMom in the house. Good to see you here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jesse has taken up the new spot, taken up the spot right after me. So at 7 o'clock, well, no, it would be 6 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Jesse from HC Aqua down in Hawaii, he's going to be streaming right after me. So if you guys have not checked him out, if you guys do not know that channel, which I would be surprised if you do not, definitely subscribe to Jesse from HC Aqua, and definitely go check out his stream after this. He's going to be he's like 3 or 4 hours ahead of me because he's in Hawaii. He's in the islands, but he's on the other side of the continent. So he should be able to do a little bit of a tour. What I love is he's got like these racks outside of his apartment, or even of his house, right, on his carport. And he's going to... I like it when he just like hangs out on the carport and he does a little bit of a live stream, and you can just be like, hey, Jesse, show me the pencilfish. Hey, Jesse, show me these guppies that you got. And he can just take the camera he's using like his phone, and he can just go around with his phone and go to that tank and show it off. So I really enjoy that. Jesse's an awesome guy. I can't wait. Amber and I have talked about making our way to Hawaii for a little bit of a trip. I'd love to come and see all your tanks, all of the stuff you got going on in your backyard there. That's really awesome. Another shout out I wanted to give, and he just popped up in the chat just now. If you guys are not subscribed to Father Fish, you guys should go ahead and get subscribed to Father Fish. He's down in Florida. He's got an awesome fish store down there, and he started a YouTube channel. And I think he's been on YouTube for like, I don't know, a couple of months, and he's almost at 1,000 subscribers. He's killing it, like just in the short amount of time that he's been on YouTube. But right now he's about, like, what is he at? I think Father Fish is like 50 subscribers away from hitting his 1K, his 1,000 subscriber mark. So if there's anybody in this chat that is not subscribed to Father Fish, you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to him. I'd like to see him hit 1,000 by the end of the day. I don't think that I'm going to be able to cause that, but there is 7 of you guys in here, and if you're not subscribed to Father Fish, any of you guys, definitely go ahead and subscribe to him. I really enjoy his content. I enjoy his natural style of doing things. It's kind of like why I get along with Lucas with the deep substrate sand capped beds. I really enjoy that stuff, and I enjoy just keeping the tanks kind of natural and letting things. I like to let myself go a little wild. I tell you what, that's when my fish breed. When I just let the tank just get to be a little bit of a jungle. I let the algae grow. I let the plants just go a little wild. So like for me, there's different kinds of tanks. When I want to breed something, that's another creation. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be something you're probably not going to see into the glass. You won't be able to see through the glass. It's going to be overgrown with plants. It's going to be a mess, but those fish are loving it. They feel comfortable. They feel safe and secure, and they're going to breed for me. And that's one thing, you know, like that's different than like this tank right back here behind me. That's my 29-gallon like aquascape, like heaven, right? Is what I want to do with that. Just I'm going to dose the bejesus out of it with fertilizers and do massive water changes and keep it impeccable. And that's like aquascaping, which is beautiful, and I love it. I love it all. Like, but that to me is totally different than trying to get some wild tetra to breed. You know, two different tanks. Ultimate Fish Keeping Show. It's so good to see you up in here as well. I got Corvus up in here. I got Ultimate Fish Keeping Show. Got all kinds of other bomb channels up in here hanging out. Dr. Black, good to see you up in here as well, man. It's good to see you in here. I appreciate you hanging out from down under. You know that a lot of us up here in the States, everybody kind of like glorifies things. I know it's all, things are glorified on the news and stuff. I know that there's some rough stuff going down there in Australia. And I know that the bushfires are just like they're happening in South America. They're happening in South America seasonally. It's something that happens seasonally. You live in a very arid environment. These things happen, but we also do know that this is above average. This is not normal. Yes, there should be bushfires in Australia this time of year, but there should not be this many bushfires. It should not be this many caused by humans. The land should not be this dry either. Our hearts go out to you guys up down there in Australia. I have friends down there. I grew up with some family friends from Australia, from Queensland and stuff like that. So I definitely have a little bit of a personal connection with Australia as well. And there's some beautiful animals on that continent that you will not find anywhere else on this planet. And I think that's one reason why I think it's so important to the rest of the planet, is that there's some really special things on that continent, and they're irreplaceable. So hopefully we can get that under control. Hopefully we can get this freaking planet under control. I tell you what, it's really frustrating. I think it's people like us, though, and the content that we create that's going to help to create a more positive community in the future on the planet, on a global level. Like people like us that are supporting and protecting wildlife and raising awareness and things like that. I feel like we're at the forefront still of trying to build this positive energy, and I think that everything that we do definitely makes a difference. So, us being here on YouTube, creating these videos, it is epic. It makes a big difference, and I know that. We got to get the next generation, just make sure that the next generation, all these young kids, fall in love with nature, fall in love with the natural world. That's our goal. That's my goal, is to get the next generation of young people to fall in love with life science, with the natural world, with nature. It doesn't have to be fish. It might start with fish. It might be a gateway drug. That's how I look at it. Let them start with fish. I don't expect people to be fish keepers their whole life, but I feel like if I can get into somebody with something like this, it's gonna positively impact their whole life. They might end up being some curator of some endangered reptile. But when they were 16 and 17, they watched some of our videos, our content, and they got into fish keeping, which got them into life science, which got them into animals, and then eventually they got some lizard, and then they moved on and they evolved. But they have found this love for nature, and I feel like if we can do that stuff, spot on. That's my goal. That's my biggest, deepest goal, probably. It's not about making money. We got to pay the bills. We got to eat. It's not about getting rich. That's one thing I like about Joel's idea of like creating a maker space where just something to give forward to the next generation, to young people. I feel weird. It's one thing to like share with you guys, to share with other adults and other like grown up fish keepers. That's all cool, and I appreciate it, and I like sharing with you guys too and all that. But there's something really, really special about seeing a young person light up. Light up about fish. Light up about animals and about life and stuff like that. Like, ooh, that gets me going. That gets me super emotional. As you can tell, I'm right on the edge right now. I'm just holding it back. I'm just keeping myself right on the edge right there. Someone that would know what I'm talking about is Deanna Somerville. I was gonna invite her. I wanted her to be on my. She's here on the island, and I was gonna have her as a guest. I'd like to have her on as a guest, just because she's spent so many years as a park ranger in the National Park Service. I'm sure she's seen thousands of young kids with that light in their eyes. It's a beautiful, powerful thing, I feel like, and it's this like naive beauty of a young person just falling in love with the planet that they live on and all of the beautiful animals that they're surrounded by. I don't know. I just feel like as we grow up, we lose track of that. We know we got to go to work, we got to go to our day job, we got to do this and that. We have families, we have kids, whatever. We have all these other responsibilities, and we do slowly, naturally kind of lose track and kind of can lose a little bit of a connection with the natural world, especially with where we have come where we have come to and evolved as humans. But these fish, it's definitely a beautiful thing and an awesome way for us to come back to nature, to ground ourselves. It's beyond therapy. I feel like I totally feel like that. Um, it is beautiful though. Like Corvus was saying, it's awesome to have public aquariums. That's one of my biggest dreams. One of my biggest goals is to build out a facility. I've always wanted to create some kind of a non-profit, kind of an educational science center for young people. When we were in San Francisco, we saw when they have a science center there in San Francisco, which is really cool, very interactive for the young people to come through and walk through, and it's kind of more of like a young person's like interactive kind of thing, and that's what I want. I want that so bad. But obviously, a lot of aquatic stuff, show some awesome like river systems and show all the different biotopes that make up a river system and how it filters the water, how the different plants that make up the different sections of the basically the nitrogen cycle, the filtration of a river system and or creeks. And anyways, I've got these crazy, dreamy, elaborate ideas for these cool, like, above ground river systems where the kids can, like, go underneath the river, and it's like a playground, kind of, very interactive, and they can run around and crawl around through little tunnels and stuff. That's what I want to do. Like, that's what I want to do before I die. That's it. Like, that would be so cool. To see a school group come into there and have hundreds of kids running around, being stimulated by nature and life science. Whew. I don't know. I'd die a happy man. That was something that would make me really happy. Right? We must be hands off or hands on, right? I hear you, Father Fish. Anyways, who's up in the chat? I want to say thank you so much for the $20 super chat from Mr. Zen. I appreciate that. I appreciate that support. So a lot of you guys know my little story here. You guys know that I'm in love with an awesome nerdy fish nerd girl from up in Vermont, Miss Amber from Big City Betas. She's up here in the chat right now, and she's up there with a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, and she's been trucking away, moving some things in, painting, polishing floors today. I think she was doing, kicking butt. And I appreciate all of her hard work up there. I appreciate everything that she's doing to get this house in order and get everything together. It means a lot to me, and I just can't wait to be up there and to be helping her as well. I know we're getting to the end of the hour. We're right here on the hour, and everybody's trying to say goodbye to each other. You guys do not forget to make your way over to Jesse over there at HC Aqua. He's down there in Hawaii. He's got a bunch of, he's breeding fish indoors and outdoors. He's got an indoor fish room. He's got a fish room in his carport, and then in his backyard, he's got chickens, and he's got all these grow-out tubs and all kinds of fish growing in grow-out tubs and all kinds of aquatic plants and stuff. So definitely go check out his stream. He's coming up right now. He's about to go live right now. He's probably going live now. Anyways, but I love all you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are my fish club. You guys are my fish family. You guys support me. You guys keep me motivated and inspired to make new content. Keep your eyes out for the video coming out tomorrow morning. I got a really awesome adventure that I did today that you guys will see tomorrow. And besides that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate everything. You guys go check out Jesse over there. We could throw down. We could do a little bit of a raid for the guys that are left up in here. Let's go over there and do a little bit of a hashtag JH raid just for fun, just for a little bit of whatever and giggles. Go over there. We'll do a hashtag JH raid in all caps. And I think something like that would work. Anyways, make our way over to Jesse's stream. Go hang out with him in Hawaii where the sun's still up and it's nice and sunny, and he's got a bunch of fish growing out in his backyard. All right, you guys, thank you again. I appreciate everything. Thank you guys for hanging out, even though that was late, about 10 or 15 minutes. It means so much to me. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your families. Enjoy the rest of the streams coming up tonight. And remember, guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.